important game for Woking. May not be make and break, but they certainly need to get a decent result here today at the Laithwaite.
It's great seeing two banks of young kids out there as a sort of guard of honour, and they're so excited. Probably they'll never forget this, you know, the day they got on the Woking pitch, and it's great to see youngsters involved like that.
That's right. Well, a lot of travelling fans have come all the way down from Hartlepool. I was listening to a few of the fans talking outside the stadium. Get a sense of the atmosphere here inside the Laithwaite. Yeah, I was talking to a few of the away fans. 250 or so have come down from Hartlepool. They do bring a decent contingent with them on the travels, and they'll be in fine voice off to our right-hand side. So the sides have lined up ready for the start here. Woking shooting from left to right towards the big stand. They're wearing the red and white shirts, black shorts, white socks. Hartlepool United in their dark blue and teal shirts, white shorts and dark blue and teal socks. Underway, under the lights. Here we go. Rowan's getting in the way, trying to win the ball. Comes down at the moment to big clearance there from Kelly Evans. He plays it down to the right-hand side and down onto the deck immediately. A free kick for Woking as Lewis Walker gets taken out around 10 yards inside the Hartlepool half.
First two times Hartlepool got the ball there, in the back, they just launched a high kicks right to the front, sort of.
Away early down the right-hand side is Jaden Luca. He rolls it back and the cross comes in. Early cross, and the header is won and then flicked away by the Hartlepool defender, but it's not gone far, and then a snatch shot just there inside the 6-yard box off to the right-hand side. Should have hit the back of the net, should at least tested the goalkeeper, and he squished it wide, Ian.
Great work by Luca, then Curtis Edwards with the ball over. Scott Cuthbert then a great header to the far post and fell to, I think it was Ricky Corbala, who did snatch a bit and went wide, and a good early opportunity, and would have liked to have got that on the goal.
Could have been a dream start there for the Cards. Goal kick. Header won by Woking, the ball just inside the Hartlepool half. They're trying to get the ball down now. Woking have it on the left-hand side. Casey, the captain, left-footed. Lays it off, he's looking for it back, but the cross comes in left-footed over the top from Lewis, and the header is won by Hartlepool United, and they do clear it, but it is bobbling around a fair bit. Rowan's now getting involved. He's won the ball, lays it off to the right-hand side. Little give and go there. First time we're really taking a look at Kelly Evans. He's small in size. He's a little whippet though, isn't he, Ian?
Yeah, he is. He's always been a fan's favourite, I think, whatever club he's been at, because he gives it everything. He's small against much bigger players and makes his presence felt.
Well, Hartlepool launching that one there from the left back position. That was one of those ones you just kind of look up and wallop it. That was David Ferguson, the captain. Smashed it long straight to the Woking keeper, Alexis Andre Jr., but Woking have it back down the other end. Hartlepool in control though as it goes back to their goalkeeper. Joel Dixon clears it long. Moving around at the moment, Josh Casey rolls that back to the keeper.
Big game for Rowan Ince this. Tunji Akinola is suspended for this game, and it's plays similar positions.
Yeah, thanks very much, Tim. We are 3 minutes into this one. It's still 0-0, but my word, it could be 1-0 to Woking. 2 minutes in, Corboa just inside the 6-yard box off to the right-hand side, came down to him and he kicked it really quickly. He had to rush it and unfortunately went wide of the post. Should at least have tested the goalkeeper, but we were expecting to see the net bulge. But here we are, 3 minutes in, it's still 0-0. Sorry, sir.
Yes,
Ian has got an update on the radio.
Rowan Ince really stepping in for Tunji Akinola, and it's sort of like position for like. They both do a similar job. Tunji Akinola's been absolutely brilliant, someone did say he's one of the first names on the sheet. But Ince has been out of favour, but every Woking fan knows what he can do.
Hartlepool through edge of the area, and the player just stood on the ball when he really should have had a shot off there. That was Courtney Senior, the little right-hand side winger, where he's attacker really, but he's out on the right-hand side for Hartlepool United, and he burst through there, and he got through way too easily for Woking's point of view, and that was a worry, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because he just trod on the ball when he could have taken a touch.
It was remarkably simple coming through, really. I think he took the defence, his pace took the defence by surprise. He powered past the defenders and then, as you say, trod on the ball just as he would have been about to pull the trigger. So a let off for Woking, so we've had two clear opportunities at both, one at each end now.
Yeah, it's a really good atmosphere inside the Laithwaite Community Stadium as well. The fans really getting behind, well, both sets of sides really, but the Woking fans, you can imagine. That was a beautiful ball just played across there over to the left-hand side, and now Josh Casey brings it forward. He's midway into the Hartlepool half. He crosses it ball, but it's been cleared away straight away and goes... I thought it was going to go out of play here on this side, but no, Gray has it, he tucks it inside, nicely done, brilliant little touch there by Cook. He rolls it on to the striker, Desarua, off to the right-hand side. Hartlepool have it on the edge of the Woking area, but they're still keeping it. He looks up, plays it across to the left-hand side, and it's taken down once again by Callum Cork, and off to the left-hand side. The cross comes in, and Cuthbert with a very, very important header clears that one. But Hartlepool still have it midway in the Woking half. Being forced to play it back now. And good closing by Corboa, just forced the issue, turned the play around and maybe took the sting out the Hartlepool attack. They're still on it though on the right-hand side, way too much space. Hartlepool on the edge of the area, the cross is coming in. It's a deep cross, but a nice headed clearance there by Max Dyche. And then hoofed very, very high in the air. The ball's hanging down. Couple of worrying moments there though for Woking.
Yeah, Hartlepool has scored a lot of goals this season.
Yeah.
And they are a good attacking side. It's been defence that's been their Achilles heel, and just Walker going in hard. They're a little bit late, but players carried on. Referee waves play on.
Yeah, he allowed the play to go because Hartlepool had the ball. It was a bit of a late challenge, as you say, but no real intent. There was no way he was going to injure the player, just slid in.
It's fast, isn't it? Both teams really at it in these first 5 minutes.
It's always quite good though when you've got one manager who's a striker and one manager that's a midfielder. They're not defensive minded, as Hartlepool have on the overlap. The cross has come in and it's been turned into the back of the net, and we're only 6 minutes into the game. The cross came in almost from nothing, and a little flick there, and the ball ended up past the keeper, who was diving off to his left-hand side. It just flashed past him. Ian Nicholson, there was nothing he could do.
No, they got space down the left and should get a hard ball in over, and well-worked goal. But again, as we've seen a number of times this season, Woking now with something to do.
Joel Gray was the scorer there. Beautiful ball across from the left-hand side and just flicked it past the oncoming defender. Really nothing they could do. It was such a quick attack in. There was so fast. The movement was just so decisive.
Yeah, and they got numbers into the box as well, which and Gray was on there and nipped in between a couple of defenders to slip it home.
Yeah, it was something that I'm sure the manager Kevin Phillips would love from his striker days there. Just read the ball beautifully. And it was a dangerous moment before where Scott Cuthbert managed to clear it, but there was nothing that he could do with that one there. Not even sure they were caught flat. It was just a brilliant move from Hartlepool United. They were so quick, and Ian was saying just a few moments ago, the pace of this one, it's been a very, very lively game here inside the Laithwaite. We're only 8 minutes into it, and it is Woking 0, Hartlepool United 1. Good interception by Joe Gray, the scorer. Off to the right-hand side, just on the halfway line. Hartlepool in possession. Just playing it around now, Hartlepool, just taking the sting out of this. And it's a ball put forward, a very deep pass put forward. It looks like they're trying to get in above and over the back, aren't they? They're trying to use the pace.
Yeah, good mix-up of play, really. 1 minute they're going down wide and getting the ball in, and then it's a quick ball forward to the fast men up front.
Ball out to the left-hand side. We're going to go live on BBC Radio in just a few moments. BBC Radio Surrey. Yeah, thanks very much, Tim. We are 8 minutes into this one. It has been a very, very lively start. Both sides really going at it. mentioned to you earlier on that Corboa really could have scored and should have scored from around 6 yards out. Well, then Senior almost scored for Hartlepool, but he trod on the ball on the edge of the area, and that was cleared away. Then a few moments later, 8 minutes in, a brilliant ball flashed across from the left-hand side, a real counter-attacking move from Hartlepool United. It was turned in by Joe Gray, nothing the keeper could do, and after 8 minutes, it is Woking 0, Hartlepool United 1. Bouncing clearance there from the Hartlepool keeper and flicked high up in the air from the Woking defender, but Hartlepool back on the attack down the wing, and Cuthbert's going to let this one run back to the keeper, but they are trying to get these balls into the channels.
They are, and they're buzzing around. Their tails are up at the moment, Hartlepool. Woking have struggled to get anything really going in the opposition half of the pitch.
Closed down very quickly. Rowan Ince now has it. He looks up, plays it to the right-hand side. A little buzzing around, isn't he? Kelly Evans, the new signing. But Hartlepool managed to clear away the cross in, and it's put to the left-hand side now. And Hartlepool come away with the ball and they flick it long, and he's missed the flight of the ball there, the defender, but Cuthbert manages to roll it back to the keeper, who's just outside of his area. He plays it back to the left-hand side. And Max Dyche looks up and plays the ball straight into the arms of Joel Dixon, the Hartlepool United keeper.
Yeah, a couple of times now Max Dyche has overhit a ball that's just gone straight out for a goal kick.
Miscontrol there by Rowan Ince. The ball bounced and kind of flicked off his shin and has gone to the right-hand side to the very, very speedy Courtney Senior, who then, well, he thought he was being held up, but it was good defending by Josh Casey. He's got the better of him on that occasion just there, and that's something he's going to have to do a fair bit,
I was going to say, it's going to be a testing afternoon for Josh Casey. He's come up against a lot of speedy attackers in his time, so I'm sure he'll work out a way of doing it, but it's Courtney Senior is definitely fast.
He's absolutely on it when he gets going. He's so quick. His acceleration is incredible. He'll be kicking himself for treading on the ball when he was on the edge of the area around about 5 minutes into the game, because he could have opened the account for Hartlepool United here. It only had to wait a couple of minutes beyond that, but we are now 12 minutes into this one, into the 12th minute anyway, and Woking have it. Dancing around just on the right-hand side was Jaden Luca. The ball was passed on to him by Kelly Evans, but it goes out for a throw-in to Woking, and it's taken fairly early, and now a bit of an arm wrestle there on the edge of the area, and it's the Hartlepool United player that wins the ball back. But Rowan Ince looks up. Can he put the ball in? No, he puts it to the right-hand side. Nice little move. Steps in, steps out, and a left foot strike from the edge of the area is cleared. It rebounds off the Hartlepool United defender, and Woking back in possession of the ball, but they can't seem to get it down. But there he goes. Kelly Evans just overruns it on the right-hand side. Couldn't get it under control, could he, Ian? But it was a good opportunity for Woking when Rowan Ince looked up.
A bit better from Woking there, getting a little bit of possession where it matters, but unable to really. There was a shot coming in, I think it was Ricky Corboa, but that was well blocked. Nothing else that really threatened the goal.
Yeah, it was a really nice block actually, because he was on the right-hand side, left-footed. He was about to swing one in, Mo Salah style, wasn't he? But it was just deflected and cleared away. Long clearance from the keeper from the goal kick, and the header was won by the Hartlepool United striker Desarue. 16 goals to his name so far this season for Hartlepool United in the league. He is lethal up front. He's a big, imposing figure as well, isn't he?
He is, and he also did very well when he was with Halifax against Woking. He's just, he has got that presence, and this is probably, I think, his most consistent season in terms of appearances and goals scored.
Well, on the left-hand side, Woking have it. The cross comes in, and just cleared away from around the 6-yard line in the box, on the edge of the box, really. It was cleared away, and it was a threatening ball from the left-hand side. Nice touch, though. Here comes the Woking defender, Kelly Evans, and the free kick. Is it an offside? I'm not sure. A free kick is given anyway. I'm not sure.
I think he probably was a little bit late going in and probably caught the player. It wasn't malicious, and the player just got straight up, but it probably was a free kick.
It's when you see players like Dion Kelly Evans for Woking and you see Courtney Senior for Hartlepool, you just realise that some players have got incredible acceleration. Absolutely turn a heel and they just get gone and you can't see them. It's like Billy Whiz. Anyway, it is free kick for Hartlepool United, and it's won by Kelly Evans, who puts it forward, but intercepted by the Hartlepool United defender. Flicked off to the left-hand side. Josh Casey has to volley it first time, and nicely controlled by Hartlepool United's Tom Crawford. He rolls it back, plays it back, in fact, into their own half, and it rolls all the way back now to Hartlepool United keeper. Hartlepool United still in possession on the edge of their area. Here they come again, Hartlepool United on the left-hand side. A little flick pass. He looked like he may have been offside to me, and yes, the flag does go up the second he touched the ball.
Yeah, as ever with the new way that linesmen do it, your heart's in your mouth, aren't you, till the flag goes up. But yeah, he looked well offside there.
Nice little flick pass down the left-hand side. It was a good idea, but he just went a bit too early, or the player played it a bit too late, whichever way you want to look at it. It is a free kick to Woking. They take it early. Keeper plays it off to the left-hand side, and Rowan Ince has it in the centre. He looks up to the left, and it was a telegraph pass, really, and it was easily cut out by the Hartlepool United player, and goes for a Woking throw-in right on the halfway line. 16th minute of the game. Woking 0, Hartlepool United 1. Bryn Lucas, Ian Nicholson here at the Laithwaite Community Stadium. Scott Cuthbert on the ball for Woking. He looks up, rolls his foot over the ball, looks up again, and plays a long ball diagonally left, and it was intercepted by the Hartlepool player, but falls to the foot of Ricky Corboa, who then plays a nice ball in across to the other side, but it's too long as well. And they look like he just tried to use his body there to maybe check the player, turn and go, but unfortunately misread the flight of the ball, and it goes out for a goal kick to Hartlepool United.
Another big test today for Jaden Luca, just finding his feet in men's football, and he's been so impressive, but every game is going to give him new lessons to learn, new challenges, and again today very fast and very physical.
Well, here they come, Hartlepool United again. And nicely controlled, but Rowan Ince gets involved as well, and he starts to cut that one out and plays the ball straight down the middle. Nicely taken. And off to the right-hand side, and it is Kelly Evans who has it. He's gone round one man, and then he just comes in and smashed him, shoulder barge into the side of him just there. And I don't know, Ian, I see that kind of defensive move on the ball. He wasn't playing the ball at all. He's just trying to use his weight and push Kelly Evans off the ball.
I mean, if it's shoulder to shoulder, that's allowed.
Kind of fair, but you've got to go for the ball at least. You can't just wallop the guy off the ball, surely.
You used to be able to.
You used to be able to run into the goalkeeper, though, couldn't you? Those are the days when the keeper wasn't protected. Anyway, here's Hartlepool United on the ball. Just inside their own half, though, on the left-hand side. They look up. Ferguson plays it back. First-time ball, though, and that's easily dealt with by Max Dyche, who just looks to his keeper, and it rolls back to Alexis Andre Jr., who plays it straight back to Max Dyche. He looks up, plays a diagonal ball with his right foot, but it's easily cut out by the Hartlepool United captain. And then a misplaced pass, and it's almost gone down for a corner kick, but it is a throw into Woking, around about 2 yards inside from the baseline, or the byline even. Been too involved in tennis recently. Anyway, there's a throw in. Corboa, Parks Evans, Kelly Evans even, and then an offside, and that was an unnecessary offside, Ian. I'm not really sure how he allowed himself to drift into that position just there, Jaden Luca. '19th minute of the game. Woking 0, Hartlepool United 1. Main chances have gone to Hartlepool United. There was a big chance early on for Ricky Corboa from around 6 yards out, but that long clearance has come down, and Hartlepool United trying to wrestle the ball. A nice little 1-2 just there, and Corboa puts it off to the left-hand side, and moving forward is Denon Lewis trying to close it down. The keeper, though, plays back to the keeper. He sends it long, and then Scott Cuthbert winning a very big header just there. Controlled it brilliantly, plays it off. Jaden Luca looks up, rolls it to Dyche. Just inside the Hartlepool United half, but the interception stepping in front of Josh Casey. Hartlepool United, you feel, are in control at the moment, don't you, Ian? That Woking need to try something slightly different.
Yeah, Woking are they're working away, and they're getting a few half opportunities, but nothing really decisive.
I think we're going to be going live on BBC Radio Surrey in just a few moments. Yeah, thanks, Tim. Well, Hartlepool United very much in control. It's still 1-0 from that really nice goal by Joe Gray on the 8th minute. We're in the 20th minute right now. Hartlepool have it just on the left-hand side. A cross has come in, but cleared away by Scott Cuthbert. Woking are trying to force the issue, but Hartlepool just cutting everything out at the moment, then playing some really dangerous balls down the channel. But 20 minutes into it, and it's still Woking 0, Hartlepool United 1. Ferguson plays it down the left-hand side, cut out by Kelly Evans. Rowan Ince flicks it long, controlled. Back to Luca now, who sprays it off to the left, and that was a beautiful ball by Luca just there. And I think, yes, Josh Casey had to control it just with the top of his arm. He'll argue it was his shoulder, but I think it was just at the top of his arm, almost his armpit.
But yeah, beautiful ball there from Luca, just from nowhere, switching it. He, as we saw with his goal on Tuesday, he hits the ball so well with very little backlift and very little follow through. He's just got a beautiful touch.
Hartlepool United have it still inside their own half, but an early ball put through, a long ball put through. They are very direct, aren't they, Hartlepool United?
Yeah, fast and direct, and Woking, they're certainly in this game, and but as we saw again in the Boreham Wood game, going 1-0 down is a real challenge in this league, because teams just then can defend. Having said that, Hartlepool are still on the front foot.
Other than their talismanic striker, Emmanuel Desarouet, leading the line, the three just behind him are fairly small in stature. They're pretty nippy, pretty fast, and they rely on these balls put down the channels and then pushed in to the centre for Desarouet. But Woking are trying to cut each and every one of these moments out, as Hartlepool still have possession midway inside their own half. Crowd have gone a bit flat as well, Ian. You need the fans to start lifting the noise here inside the Laithwaite.
Yes, you do, and it's the thing is with the form that Woking have had at home, once Woking go behind it, sometimes it's the players need to lift the fans and get the passion going.
Moments like that though by Scott Cuthbert. He's a bit of a wall, isn't he? He's very hard to get past.
Yeah, he's been great in the last few weeks. Very solid, very experienced.
He's matched up with a few different defenders alongside. He's had Taylor, he's had Wilkinson, he's got Dyche now, so he's used to being moved around, or having his defensive partner being moved around, isn't he?
He is, although he and Dyche have done very well together. Dyche has agility and pace, obviously not the experience of a Cuthbert.
Nicely intercepted by Rowan Ince. This is more like the Rowan Ince we saw last season. Scott Cuthbert winning the header though, as the ball was flicked forward by Hartlepool United, and a beautiful ball by Colboa put over the top, and here they come. Oh, and the header away just there. It goes for a corner kick to Woking. That was a threatening move as Lewis Walker almost got on the end of it.
Yeah, lovely little chip ball through, and Walker with a defender, keeper coming out. Defender just got there to head it clear and give away the corner.
It's going to be a left foot in swinger from the right hand side. It's going to be a short corner. Cuthbert takes a touch, put back across there, and then cleared away. No worries for Woking, they still keep the possession. Jaden Luca puts the ball over to the left hand side, and it was a high boot. It was a fairly lowish head, but it was definitely a high boot, and it looked like it caught the player as well.
Yeah, is that Curtis Edwards?
Yeah.
Or Scott Cuthbert?
It's one of the two, isn't it?
They look very similar. No, it's Scott Cuthbert.
Scott Cuthbert, yeah, he'll be all right. He'll be all right. They both have big, shiny white domes, don't they? That's the way to...
And a well-trimmed beard.
Well-trimmed beard, there you go. It was a bit tricky from where we are to see under the lights here at the Laithwaite Community Stadium. 24th minute, this is a free kick to Woking, around 10 yards outside of the Hartlepool box, just off to the left-hand side. Cuthbert is lining up in the box, so it looks like it might be Curtis Edwards who's going to take this. Who's the other person standing there?
couple. I'm just trying to... Is that Denon Lewis, I think? I suspect it's going to be Edwards.
Well, here it comes. Right-footed into the edge. Oof, and a bit of a push. It's come to the edge of the area, though. Oh, and a missed control when the chance was almost begging for the player. Missed control, and here come Hartlepool United on the counter-attack. And here they come playing the ball through. Oh, it's going to be a one-on-one right now. It is a one-on-one. The shot comes in, and a great save by Alexis Andre Jr. down to his left-hand side. And Joe Gray one-on-one with the keeper. All he had to do is tuck it into the corner, but all he had to do was get it past Alexis Andre Jr. And he wasn't allowing that one to nest in the back of the net. A great save by the Woking keeper.
That was great football all round there, and it's a point where we should never say that, but it's a point where they're in midfield. A little tapped ankle or something would probably have been what the manager wanted, but a great save by Alexis.
I think Jaden Luca probably was the one that had the opportunity, but he didn't quite take it, and in comes the corner kick, and it's a header won by Desirue, but over the crossbar. And Woking will restart here. Probably take a little breather as well, I imagine.
Again, you saw the pace there of the Hartlepool midfield, and also the quality of Alexis Andre.
Great clearance there by Alexis Andre Jr. and a missed control from the Hartlepool United defender, but somehow it doesn't land at a Woking player's foot. And again, a deflected pass or a misplaced pass just misses out on its recipient. Was a Woking player was hoping to get on the end of it, but not quite there. And Rowan Ince just read that on beautifully. The control was miscontrol by Hartlepool United. Rowan Ince plays it to the edge of the area. The shot comes in, and it just goes wide off to the left-hand side. And Lewis Walker, well, I think he thought that was going to nestle in, but it just went wide. But Rowan Ince, the industry he just showed in.
That's the Rowan Ince that Woking fans want to see, and somehow went missing. And he's done a couple of misplaced passes, but his break-up of play, and there it was moving forward and really with pace.
Yeah,
and
it really was.
Really took on the defence, and a good ball in, which Walker hit first time, just wide of the post.
Very nice move from Woking, but really good to see Rowan Ince stepping up, like, as Ian was saying, we're used to seeing him, particularly last season in the Woking shirt. Hartlepool United have the ball once again. Woking starting to lift it a bit, but Hartlepool threatening on the right-hand side. The ball is put across, and a flick there, and it still comes through, and it's run wide. It almost ended up at the foot there of Emmanuel Desirue, but he couldn't quite reach it, and he's got very long legs. He couldn't quite reach it, and Alexis Andre Jr. shepherded it out for a goal kick.
Yeah, and as Woking are attacking here, it does leave spaces, and Hartlepool are looking to exploit that, and they've had several very, very near chances.
Yeah, that's right. Commendable from Woking to be trying to break this one, though, early on. They're trying to threaten, aren't they? Trying to put Hartlepool United under pressure. And when you're the home team, that's what you've got to do. You've got to put the away side under pressure. You can't allow them to dictate. A great ball forward there by Cuthbert, and it still might fall to the foot of a Woking player. They're buzzing around, aren't they now? Denon Lewis trying to get involved. He's just moved up to the central attacking position, but I think he'll drift back out to the left-hand side.
The central defenders certainly look uncertain, don't they?
Yeah.
Hartlepool central defenders.
Fairly new central defensive partnership for Hartlepool United, with Parks and Waterfall. And it goes out for a goal kick, but Woking starting to threaten, starting to ask questions a bit. You get a sense that they could start using the overlap a bit more, though, rather than just trying to play it through the middle all the time. But
yeah, they are. I think, yeah, very, very well.
Go live on BBC Radio Surrey in just a few moments for another update before they disappear off, and we continue the coverage here on the BBC Sport website and app. Hartlepool United have it just inside the Woking half. You know, together we'll get it right, won't we, Tim? It's fine. Yeah, they are at home to Hartlepool United, and they have started to come back into the game since that early goal from Hartlepool United by Gray. They haven't really threatened too much. One chance early on by Corboa that we mentioned, 6 yards out in the second minute. He didn't take it. Then down the other end, Joe Gray with a fantastic goal and a little counter-attack ball across on the left-hand side, flicked in. But no real chances to mention, I suppose Walker, there's one to mention from Woking, just flashed his first time shot wide of the post. They are starting to threaten, but Hartlepool United look very, very dangerous on the counter-attack. With 29 minutes in, it's Woking 0, Hartlepool United 1, and I have no idea how Harrogate are doing, I'm afraid. Throw into Hartlepool United on the right-hand side, shooting from right to left for Hartlepool United. And here they come. Flicked in cross from the right, very dangerous, and Josh Carey wins the header, but they're still going. Josh Casey even wins the header, still going though. Hartlepool United have it. Woking trying to push them as quickly as they can and get on and press them as quickly as they can, but you wonder, normally we see around 18 to 20 minutes in the game that the players stop and have a little drink, somebody goes down. We've not seen that this evening. It's a bit cooler though, the air, isn't it?
It is, and I don't think that's Michael Doyle's style, really. I mean, I'm sure if there was a certain situation, it might go out, but it wasn't. When Darren Sarr was manager, it was almost like clockwork. There'd be an injury at 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah. Dyche sends it long. Taken down, but Hartlepool United player comes in. Nicely done, actually, by the Woking player. And it goes out to the left-hand side. It was Corboa who took one touch, miscontrol, but managed to get it back. And the cross comes in. It's flashed across, but straight into the arms of the Hartlepool United keeper. Nice idea, though, from the left-hand side.
Yeah, Woking beginning to get a bit more possession and a bit more pressure, albeit vulnerable, as we said, on the Hartlepool counter-attack.
Wouldn't be the first team that struggled on the Hartlepool United counter-attack, that is for sure. They look very, very quick, particularly in the channels, and a very dangerous striker in Desirue up front. As I say, 16 goals to his name so far this season. Woking desperately hoping he doesn't add on to that tally here this evening. It's a Woking throw, edge of the area, short throw, muscled off the ball. No, he's still going. That's really nicely done by Jaden Luca, but unfortunately loses possession and Hartlepool come away with it. Charge down. Hartlepool still have it though, just inside their own half now. Desirue, interception. Jaden Luca, who's looked very, very busy on his tracking back. Jaden Luca, he intercepts the ball, but Hartlepool win it back straight away, and the ball put out to the left-hand side, right on the halfway line. Ferguson takes one touch, and a late challenge by Kelly Evans. It was a late challenge, and the player is still down on the grass. He's not injured, Ferguson. It was just a late challenge. It wasn't a dangerous challenge or anything like that.
It was the. I don't think there's going to be a card. I think it's going for the. In fact, I think it's going for the second. I don't think he really gave anything for that first one. Where Kelly Evans did catch Ferguson, not maliciously.
It's a Hartlepool. It is a second challenge, as you say. That wasn't given for the one on Ferguson. It was given for the one on Featherstone, who's going to take it. It's going to be a right foot free kick. He's going to put this right into the mixer, as they say it. In it comes, edge of the area, and Rowan Ince gets up and flicks that one away, but only as far as a Hartlepool United player who puts it out to the right-hand side, and in comes the cross, and the header is won, and I'm not sure, did that cross the line? I don't know if it did. It did cross the line. The referee is saying, well, the header came in, and Alexis Andre Jr. dived down to his right-hand side. He gathered it. In fact, it's a free kick. He gathered it. It looked like it spilled into the back of the net just over the line, but he grabbed it back, grappled it back to the keeper, forced it forwards. We weren't sure. The ref blew his whistle. I think the Hartlepool United players assumed the ref was told it across the line, but it clearly didn't, and a free kick was given. And that was actually a really nice save by Alexis Andre Jr., brave down to his right-hand side.
It was, and it would be good to see that again, because from here it did look like it went over the line, but obviously we're a long, long way away. And but it was a great, regardless, the save was great. He really got down well.
Reflexes were extraordinary, but now Hartlepool United have it on the edge of their own area. They're playing the ball around now. It's come back to their keeper. It's looked lively this game. It's looked quick all the time. We've said how fast the pace has been, and well, that was almost 2-0 in a flash, and a bit of a warning sign for Woking of how quickly Hartlepool United can switch things on. Yeah,
and it was balling. It was a really good header. It's what you want from a header. Hit hard and hit down low, and Alexis Andre got onto it really well.
throw in to Hartlepool United off to our right-hand side, midway inside their own half. It was actually a misplaced throw in. He's got a second bite of the cherry, and that cherry lands very much on the back of Corbeau's head, on the top of Corbeau's head, and goes out for another throw in to Hartlepool right on the halfway line. Been forced to take it quickly, a nice chested bit of control, and well, Cook puts it out to the right-hand side first time, a really nice pass. Hartlepool United still come with it, and the ball comes in again, and it's flicked away. Corbeau is going to control it. He's got a man straight on him though, and he's held up Ferguson. And a free kick to Woking, just delaying the move there from Woking. Weren't allowed to get away. Corbeau looked like he really wanted to get away and get himself down the right-hand side, but he was held up. Woking have it on the left-hand side now with Dyche. He looks up, plays it all the way across to Cuthbert. He takes a touch, looks up. Kelly Evans just inside their own half. Little flicked pass there by Cuthbert, but it's cut out by the Hartlepool defender. Edwards into the centre to Jaden Luca, who brings it forward. He looks up. Now it's Josh Casey back to Luca. To Edwards. Dyche. Luca. Knocking it around Woking, but they're just inside the Hartlepool United half at the moment, and Luca puts the ball forward, and it's just cut out there. Would have been a lovely ball through as well. Curtis Edwards plays it forward. Lewis Walker off to the left-hand side. Little one-touch passing now, and Woking managed to get through. This is a really nice move. Edge of the area now. Little 1-2 flick, but no, it's been intercepted. Here come Woking on the edge. 6 yards out. The shot comes in. A great save from the goalkeeper from almost point-blank range just there. And now Woking get the ball back, but smash straight at the goalkeeper from around about 6 yards out. And then I think a late challenge by Gray on Kelly Evans. My word, Ian, that was a chance, wasn't it?
That was a great chance, and it was a lot of that was down to Jaden Luca. You know, little intricate passes, couldn't find the, and then a couple of times the ball looked as though it'd been lost, and then it bobbled clear, and then that final shot was on target, but goalkeeper made himself big and blocked the shot.
Not even sure who it was who took the shot. It was such a melee of players, you couldn't quite work it out.
No, it really was a packed penalty area.
It is a free kick to Woking, just inside the Hartlepool half. It's Edwards who's going to take it, and he flicks his long free kick right onto the penalty spot, and the header is one. It comes down, and well, rather than smashing it, it was tickled at the goalkeeper, who managed to grab it. I think it was Dyche who took the shot, actually. He just got his foot on it, didn't get any power, and it went straight into the hands of the awaiting goalkeeper. Either side of him, that might have asked questions, but couldn't get any power, and the keeper fell to the floor like he just made the save of the century.
Been an eventful half, hasn't it? Both ends.
Yeah, and Woking certainly coming into it now in the last 5 minutes or so. We're in the 38th minute. It's still Woking 0, Hartlepool United 1. Manuel Desirue wins that header from the long clearance from the keeper, but it's still a bit of ping-pong head tennis. And well, Gray was asking for a free kick. He said he felt the arm of Kelly Evans on his back, and he certainly did. I could see the arm on his back, but it wasn't enough to put the player off, the ref says, and just gets him to carry on with the game. I think there's a bit of needling going on between Gray and Kelly Evans.
Well, I suspect Kelly Evans, he likes the needle, as does Josh Casey. Maybe it's a fullback thing. Yeah.
They're a different breed, aren't they? Well, it's gone out on the far side for a Woking throw-in. 38th minute. Bryn Lucas and Ian Nicholson here bringing you the coverage from the Laithwaite Community Stadium. BBC Sports. Updates earlier on BBC Radio Surrey, and it's on the left-hand side, and I think Lewis is carrying it, and he's still got it. He just turns back. He's right-footed predominantly. Nice little 1-2. Can he keep it in? No, he can. He stands up the cross, and the header comes in, and it's deflected. I'm not even sure who that came off. I think it may have come off a Woking player, and it was deflected away. The keeper didn't have to make the save, but Woking are starting to threaten, and Rowan Ince has it. He plays the ball inside. This is lovely stuff from Woking at the moment, and Corbeau picks up the ball. It goes out to the right-hand side. Kelly Evans lays it back to Corbeau. Couple of players around him. Kelly Evans right by the corner flag, and he smashes it against the Hartlepool United defender, and it goes straight out for a Woking throw, and it's going to be Kelly Evans that takes it, but this is much more like it from Woking.
Good spell of play, and started actually as from the back with Max Dyche winning a challenge against Desiree, and then Woking bringing the ball away.
Luca had it, plays it off to the captain Casey on the left-hand side to Denon Lewis. And then cleared away, but Cuthbert wins the header, puts it back in again, and a headed clearance once more, and really nicely dealt with there by Scott Cuthbert. Rather than just heading it pointlessly forward, he flicked it back to the goalkeeper and allows Woking to start again.
Woking obviously wanting to build from the back, and they're doing that more in this game, and being a little bit patient, getting the ball then to Curtis Edwards or Luca, and Edwards, who that's his natural position, that sort of quarterback position, with the long balls in, all the short passes, he dictates that.
Well, Hartlepool United score a lot of goals, but they also concede a lot of goals. They've conceded 58 already this season, although the story is slightly different under the new gaffer, under Kevin Phillips, who's only started 4 as a manager. They've won 2, lost 2, scored 4, conceded 4, so it gives you an idea they've tightened things up at the back a little bit, Hartlepool United, on a run of 2 wins in a row, but they have conceded in every game he's managed so far. 2 2-1 victories on the bounce for Hartlepool United. Kelly Evans has it, he puts the cross in early and it's just missed the target right on the edge of the area, but Hartlepool having to flick the ball away, a bit of head tennis to get it away, but Josh Casey looks up, plays it to Lewis on the left-hand side. He's still going, likes to go back onto his right foot and turn in. He's played it back to Casey, who's favoured his left foot every time, and in it goes, and no one there where the ball went, unfortunately. It bounced and the keeper managed to grab it and again fall to the floor and just take the pressure off this Hartlepool side.
Yeah, Woking are struggling. They're getting the balls in, but they're coming from quite deep. They're struggling to get behind the defenders and then get the dangerous balls over. But still, it's been a lot better from Woking this last 5 minutes or so.
With Kelly Evans playing that right back position on Corboa on the right hand side and Denon Lewis and Josh Casey on the left hand side, there should be the opportunity for overlaps. Maybe that's something that the manager Michael Doyle will be looking at in half time. It's a throw in though to Woking. Certainly the opportunities to do the overlaps, but they seem to be closed down very quickly when they get into those positions. Hartlepool United clear the ball. It's now Scott Cuthbert, plays it off to the right hand side to Kelly Evans. He flicks the ball early. Bit of a tussle, Corboa trying to close this one down. He closed down very, very quickly, but the ball was released and then a free kick given for a late challenge by Corboa.
Been some good performances from the Woking side, albeit they are 1-0 down, albeit they are struggling to find their way into the game. But a number of the players, and as we've just been saying, this last 10 or 15 minutes have sort of been growing into the game. Luca's been more visible. Lewis has been seeing more of the ball. Rowan Ince has been, I think, its best half of the season for Rowan Ince. I think he's been excellent.
As you said earlier on, a couple of misplaced passes for Rowan Ince, but in the main he's been getting himself around, he's been reading the plays, made interceptions, he's looked very, very lively, which is good to see. Cuthbert has looked as Cuthbert always looks, industrious, strong, tough, energetic, reads the ball well. That is lovely interception by Lewis Walker, who's now on the ball still. He's still carrying it. He plays it off to the left-hand side. Denon Lewis has it just inside the area and he tries to flick a ball left-footed. We've seen him do that a few times, haven't we, this season? Just flick a nice little left foot ball over the top, but it was just closed down and it goes off for a corner kick to Woking in the 43rd minute here at the Laithwaite Community Stadium.
Great work by Lewis Walker, the strength to come away from that and come away with the ball. He doesn't look the biggest and strongest, but he certainly is. He does that role really well. Yeah, he really does. So in comes the corner, right-footed in-swinger and right onto the keeper, and the ball's come down. Oh, and a second grabbing it from the keeper. There are so many players in there and around the goalkeeper. He couldn't get any free space. I think he managed to get his hands to it. It bobbled to the floor, and he managed to grab it at the second chance. It just needed the toe from a Woking player, and it would read 1-1 on the scoreboard, but it doesn't. 44th minute, and it's Woking 0, Hartlepool United 1. And if the first half hour was very strongly Hartlepool, this last 15 minutes has been, Woking's 15 minutes. Absolutely right. Nice turn there, though, by Hartlepool United. And they have it. That's a Rouet. It's been cleared, though, by Rowan Ince. He mopped that one up very nicely, but it was Courtney Senior. Looks so lively when he gets near that ball. He's small, but he's so quick. He almost fades into the background when you don't know he's there because he's that small. He's got these big bright orange
boots on. You need to be good if you've got orange boots, as we know. Ferguson free on the left-hand side. They don't use him. They stay in the centre. Hartlepool on the attack. Ronitz picks it back up and he plays a nice little ball, a short little ball. And the 1-2. Denon Lewis has it. Returns the pass to Jaden Luca, who was caught late. His heels were clipped.
Yeah, just it was a little bit soft, really. But probably Lewis's pass back wasn't the best, and just caught Luca a little bit short. But he was fouled.
There wasn't much pace in the pass to Luca, so it's hard for him to generate the power from such a short range. But Woking starting to play the ball around really nicely. Rowan Ince has it. He looks up to the right-hand side. It's Kelly Evans back to Rowan Ince, all the way back to the halfway line, and Cuthbert looks up. And as we said earlier on, Woking look like they're desperately trying to build from the back each time, because every time they make an inroad, it gets cut out. They return it back to Cuthbert to start it all over again. Edwards to Rowan Ince. He looks up. Cross comes in and it's charged down by the Hartlepool United midfielder. And away they come. And I didn't see on the board, was it 2 minutes of time added on here at the end of the first half? Woking 0, Hartlepool United 1. The goal coming in the 8th minute when Joe Gray flicked on a lovely left foot cross. Here comes Hartlepool with Courtney Senior on the right, but it was flicked away by Dyche, and he manages to retrieve the ball and keep it going. He sends it very, very long, but there's no one down there to greet it. It's going to be met by the Hartlepool United keeper, Joel Dixon. He brings it back into his area because he could take as long as he likes here and then just pick the ball up. He's waiting to be closed down before he does it, and then as Lewis Walker got near him, he picks the ball up, then rolls it back down on the floor again and delays play even further. So long clearance from the keeper, but Casey has it, plays it long again, but straight down the throat of Luke Waterfall, who heads it away, and Rowan Ince wins this one down, charges the pass, and on the left-hand side, Casey has it and passes it off to Jaden Luca. And then the ref gives a free kick to Hartlepool United for a bit of a entanglement of legs on the far side.
Yeah, Luca ran out of space really over there on the far touchline, and a couple of players around him and couldn't get his feet out from under him, and eventually gave a free kick to Hartlepool as we move into the last 20 seconds.
Give or take.
Give or take.
If it's less than 20 seconds, then something's gone wrong. But yeah, here we are, the final throws of this one, and it's going to be a free kick taken by the Pool's keeper, Joel Dixon. He sends it long. Woking just need to see the round while Rowan flicks that one on. And the whistle goes. Not the way that Woking would like in this one, with the Cards trailing by a 1-0 at half-time. But I tell you what, Ian, in the last 15 minutes or so, Woking have started to find inroads.
They have. They had that great chance early on, which fell to Corboa. Then really Hartlepool came on very strong, got the goal, and it looked like it was going to be an awkward evening for Woking. But then Woking have really worked their way back into this and had a lot more possession, made the chances, and it just needs that bit of composure in front of goal, and they'll be well back into this game.
We thought that maybe Hartlepool United had scored a second goal when Alexis Andre Jr. got down to his right and just stopped it on the line. It looked like the ball just crossed the line, and his reaction told you that he wasn't sure either that he managed to keep it out. But the ref blew his whistle. Everyone thought it was 2-0. Turns out it was a free kick. That was the other opportunity, really. But well, Woking have a couple of opportunities from around 6 yards out. They have tested the goalkeeper, but each time it's either gone wide or straight at him.
It has. It's that, you know, you're just longing really for that clinical approach in front of goal for Woking to find that. They've done so much quite well in this half, but it's that sort of finishing that's probably been the bugbear. But it's a long way to go, and Michael Doyle will, I'm sure, earn his corn at half-time in looking to reorganise and remotivate the boys. Well, I'm sure he will, and we will disappear off for around 10 minutes or so. We'll be back to bring you all the coverage of the second half here from the Laythwaite Community Stadium, but it finished at half-time. Woking 0, Hartlepool United 1.
Welcome back to the Laithwaite Community Stadium here on the outskirts of Woking in Surrey for this National League game between Woking and Hartlepool United. A flash goal, a fantastic goal really from a Hartlepool United point of view from Joe Gray on around about the 8th minute, flicked in, gave Hartlepool United the lead. It was only around 4 minutes or 5 minutes before that, in fact, that Corboa had a fantastic chance for Woking that he just put wide of the post. Well, Woking have huffed and puffed and they have looked like they could create something here, but Hartlepool currently have the lead. It's about to kick off in the second half. The players have come out and just having a look around at the moment to see if there are any changes. It doesn't look like it from a cursory glance around. Myself, Bryn Lucas and Ian Nicholson bringing you the commentary. Ian, what do Woking have to do in the second half to equalise and then win? And don't say score more goals than the other team.
I think a number of things really. I think getting behind the defence will just opening them up. The balls in from out wide have been a bit easy for Hartlepool to manage. I think also just continue playing as they were maybe in the last 15 minutes of the first half and it looked like Luca, Edwards and Ince were beginning to get the upper hand in midfield and begin to build moves.
Yeah. Well, we are underway and it's a ball put straight across by Edwards and flicked away, and it's going to have to be won very quickly by Dyche, who looks up and he flicks it again left-footed. He sends it towards Denon Lewis. Rowan Ince takes it down, then he flicks the ball forward and it's going to have to be cleared away by the Hartlepool United defender. He gets it very, very high and underway. Josh Casey wins the header, no one around him. And if the Woking player had gone for the ball, it certainly would have gone for an offside, so he delays the movement, and Hartlepool United now have it back at the feet of their goalkeeper, with Woking shooting from right to left towards the faithful off to the terrace on the left-hand side. Woking wearing the red and white shirts, the black shorts and the white socks. Hartlepool United in their dark blue and teal shirts, white shorts and dark blue and teal socks. Well, Woking have it on the left-hand side. Lewis has it, in fact. Takes one touch, he moves in with his right foot, and he takes a shot, and it just zips off the turf. That really dipped. I'm not sure how he got such a dip on it, but it zipped off the surface straight into the arms of the goalkeeper.
Yeah, positive start from Woking. Curtis Edwards right into the back of the man as soon as he got the ball. A bit more bite in midfield, and I also saw Josh Casey herring on the overlap when Lewis got the ball.
What I like to see with Denon Lewis is him getting his head down and being more instinctive. It's when he seems to slow things up that he loses his way a bit, but when he's instinctive he seems to be a real menace. Yeah,
he does, and it's I would say he's a solid player in terms of, he's a 6 out of 10, but has he got in him that sort of the unexpected, the moment of genius that other players might have? We'll see.
Well, Josh Casey has just run all the way from his left back position, and he's one to close down the goalkeeper. And a misplaced header there from Scott Cuthbert. Doesn't often make mistakes, and Woking are forced into a defensive position here on the edge of the area. Hartlepool have it. They're forced backwards. Nicely done actually there, and Rowan Ince now just closing that space down, and what looked like it could be a bit of a threat from that misplaced Scott Cuthbert header. Well, they've closed it, but now here come Hartlepool edge of the area once again, and the ball comes across and it's going to be cleared away by Curtis Edwards, who looks up, hoofed away towards Lewis Walker, who has it, and Woking get the ball down on the deck, and here comes Rowan Ince. He plays it out first time to the right hand side, and Corboa has it. He's running through one, running through two, a little flick defensive play there, got the ball and it manages to roll out, and I think it must have bounced back off of Corboa's foot, because a bit of a ricochet and it's gone from a goal kick, but it was a good opportunity there for Corboa to get his head down.
And on Tuesday he caused havoc in the Oxford City defence when he ran at the defenders. They couldn't really handle it and brought him down, fouled him on one outside the area, brought him down for a penalty on another point. So he is good when he runs at defences.
That's what you feel Woking need to do, is just get at them, start asking questions of the fullbacks, particularly on the left-hand side with David Ferguson, who's a bit older, maybe a bit slower than the others around him, perhaps. I mean, that's just an assumption by the look of him, but has been very, very solid. Here come Woking though, and it is held up by Jaden Luca. Another sliding tackle here. It's been a bit messy at the moment, but they get the ball down, and Denon Lewis has it. He looks up, he scampers around a bit, puts it back to Curtis Edwards, who plays a lovely ball out to the right-hand side. That was beautifully done. And controlled by Kelly Evans. Played to Corboa. Continues on the overlap, and that's the thing we didn't want to see Woking do, which is go backwards when the overlap's there. Dyche to Casey, back to Dyche, just inside the Hartlepool half. He puts a very high ball through first time. Oh, and the flag goes up for an offside there against Lewis Walker.
He's been caught offside a few times,
yeah,
hasn't he?
He has.
You find Porrick Hammond very rarely got caught offside. He had that instinct to always be onside, and it's always frustrating when forwards are offside. I mean, it's obviously narrow margins.
Frustrating though a few moments ago, because Corboa had it. It was a really nice bit of play with Kelly Evans. We've been talking about this overlap, and there was an opportunity. Corboa got it. Evans continued past him on the right, and he just turned his back and played it backwards, which is a bit of a frustration. But we have looked at these potential opportunities on the wings. Ball played towards Denon Lewis, but a late challenge on Jaden Luca, and it is a Woking free kick just inside their own half. Lewis is looking off to the left-hand side quite wide. Edwards plays it to Dyche, heavy pass there back to him, but he manages to control it, and he brings it forward back to Casey, who then sends it all the way back to Dyche. Plays it across to Cuthbert on the right-hand side. Then to Kelly Evans. Inside to Luca. Edwards has it, he's waiting for the ball. It's a bit slow from Woking now, it's all been slowed right down as Dyche has it. He looks up, where's he going to put it? Well, he turns back and plays it to Casey. Casey, little flick pass there, but not enough on it, and it goes out for a throw into Hartlepool United. And Woking got stuck there, didn't they, Ian? They couldn't move anywhere. They just kept playing it around in around 10-15 yard square, not managing to get out of it.
Probing and looking, which obviously, you know, at times that is needed, and but you then need the end result, which is the explosive bit at the end, and that really failed when Josh Casey's ball was mistimed into touch.
I think that's what the words damp squib were intended for, unfortunately, but there's a high ball put through, and Dyche is going to have to win this one, and that was really nicely done actually, because he couldn't get his head on it, but he managed to get his left foot on it and clear it away. Hartlepool have it just inside the Woking half. In fact, a menacing run from their number 10, Callum Cook, but it goes out for a Woking throw. 52nd minute of the game. Oh, it's not a throw, sorry, it's a goal kick.
The game's gone very quiet again, hasn't it?
It certainly has. Jaden Luca plays the ball out to the right-hand side. Edwards has been everywhere. There's him on the ball again. He's really, really good. You see him, he's on the ball so much. He plays the ball down the right-hand side. He was aiming it towards Lewis Walker, but couldn't quite get there. But it's amazing the amount of times I've said Edwards' name today.
Yeah, there he's back again to him.
Almost misplaced that pass, but a little 1-2 between Rowan Ince and Luca. Very nicely done. The ball's on the right-hand side, and it is Corboa left foot shot, and I think he got well underneath it, and it went very high and very wide, and it was set up nicely for him.
Good work by Woking, but they have to find a way of making this pressure count, and too often the shots are pretty lukewarm, to say the least, and not really threatening the goal.
Well, it would have been something to score from, 30 yards out or so is where he was when he took the shot, and well, maybe it was sitting nicely, but the moment he struck it, it bounced up and then went very high, couldn't control it, and it's a goal kick to Hartlepool, and it's been taken. And here they come on the attack. Courtney Senior had the ball. Now it's Denon Lewis for Woking, though. He brings it through, plays it across the right-hand side. That was a nice little chip pass there by Denon Lewis. He plays it out to the right, and on come Woking, deep in the Hartlepool half now. Corboa has it. It's turned one way, turns the other. He's still going. He's now just turned back inside the Hartlepool United defender, who's managed to clear it. There is Curtis Edwards once again for Woking. He keeps possession. Rowan Ince has it. Turned back towards his own goal. Plays it to Scott Cuthbert on the halfway line. He looks up to Luca. Luca to Casey. Casey rolls it back to Max Dyche, who looks up again. And he plays the ball diagonally to the right-hand side, and it's brought down very nicely on the right and played back to Edwards once again. Woking starting to move the ball around. It's on the right-hand side. Edwards is going to put the ball in first time he does, but it's nicely controlled by the Hartlepool United defender, and they managed to clear it. And nicely dealt with there by Scott Cuthbert. The only thing he could really do was just get his head on it when Desirue was right on him, and it's now given as a free kick to Hartlepool United just inside the Woking half in.
Yeah, Woking again probing. Those who wondered whether Curtis Edwards could handle the physical side, which feels a little bit patronising really when he's played at a high level in Sweden, but it is a very different type of game you have in the National League, and he really got stuck in with the tackle there to win possession.
Yeah, he's been mentioned quite a few times in this game. He certainly gets around, and that's a sign of a good player that gets to read the play. And that was a misplaced pass. Corboa puts it down to the right-hand side, and here comes Walker. He turns back though, and Corboa's on the outside of him, and it looks like the moment may have gone, but Rowanitz gets it back to Corboa. Corboa turns one way, turns the other, edge of the area. The flick cross comes in, and unfortunately it's too high, no power, and lands straight in the hands of the Pool's keeper, Joel Dixon. But that was a good opportunity once again. They just took so long to get the ball across.
It does. There's been some really eye-catching build-up play, but it's that final, whether it's a shot, whether it's a whipped-in cross, whether it's something that's going to put pressure in that critical area on the defence, and it's just not happening enough at the moment.
Just want the pace that's put around the park to be used in that final third, because they are certainly moving around Woking. There's no question on how much effort they're putting in and how industrious they've been, but just when it gets that final moment, as Ian was saying, they seem to take their foot off the gas a little bit, or they misplace a pass, or they turn back to their own goal. It just needs a bit of maybe confidence, maybe commitment. This has been the big question all season really, hasn't it, from a Woking point of view though, Ian, whether it's confidence that's lacking throughout the squad.
Well, certainly, you know, with the losses coming, that has definitely been a factor earlier on. You'd think it would be coming back a bit now, but it is that, I think Michael Doyle talks about it a lot, playing with boldness, and they need to be really bold in this final 40 minutes of the game.
It's a free kick to Hartlepool United, midway in the Woking half on the left-hand side. In comes a free kick, and the header was won, I think, by Rowan Ince and cleared away, but here come Hartlepool on the right-hand side, and the cross comes in, nicely defended. Once again, that was Scott Cuthbert there that got his foot on it, and Hartlepool have it still on the right-hand side, and the ball is put across, and it's way too deep, and it goes off for a goal kick to Woking. Bowled out very quickly by Andre Jr., the keeper. It's forced back to Cuthbert. And Dyche was shouting, saying, put it to the left, put it to the left, and it has gone left now, and it's Edwards who brings it forwards. He looks up. Where can he go? Well, he can only go to Lewis, who has to play it back to Dyche. Squares it to Cuthbert. Edge halfway line, brought forward now by Luca to Corboa. Corboa to the right-hand side to Kelly Evans. Nicely back to Corboa. This is the overlap we've been talking. The ball is put across, cleared away, but it's gone for a throw-in, I think. Yes, a throw-in to Woking on the far side. Edge of the area, that's the sort of overlap we were looking for, though. Nicely done, little 1-2 and off they went, but Woking have it, and you can hear the fans have responded, although it's the Hartlepool fans that have responded at this stage, and the ball has been put across once again, and it runs out though, and it was just a misplaced pass at the wrong moment, you know, and it's that kind of frustration that seems to seep into the team.
But positive signs as
looks like Denton Lewis is coming off. He looks like he might have an injury actually. He's hobbling a bit.
I think he took an ankle knock on Tuesday, and this looks like it's Mane Oyeleke coming on, who's had huge fitness issues, but is such a good player, and it looks like Curtis Edwards is going to push forward a bit, Oyeleke dropping back, so it looks like it'll be Oyeleke in front of the back four, and then Ince, Luca, Edwards and Corboa.
He has looked very, very impressive every time I've seen Oyeleke play this season when he's come out, and we were questioning how long it would take him to get back up to speed, but he's just got that bit of class that Woking need. Here he's just very, very assured as a player.
Yeah.
Here come Hartlepool. And their attack just snuffled out. Ball is brought forward. Woking on the attack now. Nicely run. No one's closing. Oof. No one was closing down Luca. Almost ran through the entire side, Michael Owen style against Argentina, but couldn't quite get it done. But Woking have the ball with Cuthbert, who rolls it back. I thought he was going to roll it back to the keeper, but he doesn't. He turns and plays it up to Ince, who then turns. And he sends it to Kelly Evans, but it's gone for a throw into Woking on the far side, just inside their own half, pretty much on the halfway line. Well, it will be when it's taken anyway. And Edwards
makes a mistake there. Doesn't happen very often, but
we'll give him that one. We'll give him that one. He's probably earned one mistake, hasn't he? And if that's it, that's okay. So it's a throw into Hartlepool United, just inside the Woking half. On the far side, Woking shooting from right to left as we watch on. Bryn Lucas and Ian Nicholson bringing you the commentary. Hartlepool United bringing it forward once again, right in the heart of the midfield though at this moment. Rolls it back to the halfway line. Tom Crawford back. Tom Parks. The diagonal ball was put to absolutely no one. I'm not even sure who that was intended for, because there was no one around, was there?
And you have to say, Hartlepool's shape has gone really. They're not really, they're defending. They're not, as they're coming forward, Woking are snuffing it out more and really have control of the game as it's being played, albeit they're 1-0 down.
Well, Mani Oileke has taken up a very deep position just in front of the back two, as Ian was saying, and that's maybe giving a bit of freedom to Curtis Edwards. Oof, and the Woking players come together, but they do manage to bring the ball out somehow. Edwards just couldn't receive that pass. And there's a Hartlepool player down. In fact, it is their striker, Desirue, who's down. He gets to his feet, but then he's now on his haunches. I think he's going to need a little bit of treatment, maybe a bit of a magic sponge.
I think by and large the referee's done pretty well tonight. He's let play flow. That didn't really look as though it was a foul. It looked like it was just two Woking players getting to Desirue and
well, actually he didn't give anything at all. He just went out for a throw-in. It was put out and Woking have it, and everyone gets back underway. The striker didn't have to go off for any treatment, so nothing was really given. As Ian says, the ref has had a good game, and the cross came in and Edwards got his head on it, just didn't get enough of the meat of his head on there, and it just flashed wide.
No, but you'd have to say it's all Woking at the moment.
Yeah. Well, Hartlepool trying to threaten, but as you say, every time they move forward, the shape isn't really there. They're not getting into positions that they were at, and it looks like Josh Casey is being called over by the ref at the minute, and I'm not sure what the ref wants to say to him, but is it about another player? Is this like rugby style where they bring the captains over and have a little chat to the captains? I think it might be, because yeah, Featherstone's there, the Hartlepool captain Nicky Featherstone and Josh Casey are having a little chat in front of the referee. There's a few other players around them as well, just gathering. Oileke there. There's a couple of players, there's some cross words being said, but I'm not quite sure what it's about. The referee's just trying to deal with it and tells the captains to get on with it. Casey's not interested at all. He wants to step away and just get the game underway, doesn't he? But
yeah,
something between Oileke and Parks by the look of it. But anyway, it's back underway. It will be in just a few moments once all the players have returned to the pitch, because they took a moment to have a drink. And here comes that free kick. And well, there's a bit of an arm wrestle going on, and it's Casey on the end of it with Desirue, the striker. But it goes out for a throw-in, and Woking are back underway, and Cuthbert's bringing it forward. He plays it off to the right-hand side towards Kelly Evans, to Ince. Back to Kelly Evans, who puts it back to Cuthbert. Squares it across to Max Dyche from the left-hand side. Edwards is calling for it, but he goes the other way to Cuthbert. who puts a diagonal ball in forwards, and that was nicely done by Ricky Corboa. And there was almost a shot off there by Lewis Walker, who then went to the ground, and I'm not sure if it was a free kick. I think he may have just decided to pull the wool over the ref's eyes just there, because it was a bit late. I think he may have been touched, but not enough to go down there. And Hartlepool had the ball, because here come Woking once again. All the attacks seem to be the Cards' favour at the moment, but can they make one pay? Edwards has it just to the left-hand side. He turns back though, plays a nice ball forward. It's a diagonal ball forward. It's bounced once and bounced over the defender's head. He let it go, and that was maybe a questionable decision, because Kelly Evans was coming right in behind him and just missed it.
Give him the benefit of the doubt and say that was very good judgment, but really, Kelly Evans was really coming through there and could have snuck in there and just eluded him.
Yeah. Well, the fans behind the goal are really having a bit of a shout at the keeper, because he's taken ages to get this one back underway, but that's what they do nowadays. They move the ball left and right and then scratch their head and then think they might put it in a different position, and then finally we get it back underway. 65th minute of the game. It is Woking 0, Hartlepool United 1 here from the Laithwaite Community Stadium. Bit of ping pong tennis style at the back for Woking, but they get the ball away, and it is Lewis Walker who's on it, and he plays it to the right to Kelly Evans. Back to Cuthbert, looking to build it again, Woking from the back. Oyeleke to Dyche. Just into the Hartlepool half now, back to Dyche. And he plays it all the way back to Cuthbert.
They're trying to draw Hartlepool out.
Yeah.
Hartlepool aren't really interested in being drawn out at the moment.
Edwards has it now on the left-hand side. He's got Casey with him, and Casey takes one touch. Now he's held back, but the ref lets him go because Woking still have it. He did acknowledge, though, there was a pull on Casey's shirt. Cuthbert have it. Right-hand side. Woking still in possession. A little 1-2 between Ince and Luca, but Hartlepool managed to somehow get this ball away, and a late stab at the ball from Rowan Ince. It was a late challenge, but there wasn't anything nasty in it. But it's a free kick to Hartlepool midway inside their own half, and they take it fairly early, and it's the first time really that they start to show any intent to get forward, and intent they have shown, because they're now flying forward with Joe Gray on the left hand side. He steps inside, and it's Desaruwe. He takes one touch, turns his man, and then cleared away. Oyeleke has it. That was nicely defended there, because it was a very promising position for the Hartlepool United striker. Corboa has it. He takes one touch. He's been shadowed though by his man. Nicely defended by, well, I say nicely defended by Hartlepool United, but Hendry just got a bit too much of Corboa, and it is a free kick to Woking, who have taken it early, and Edwards has it, and it's going all the way back though to Scott Cuthbert on the right hand side of the centre-back pairing, who plays it forward to Oyeleke. And as Ian was saying, Woking definitely trying to draw Hartlepool United out, because at every opportunity it seems to go back to Cuthbert or back to Dyche.
And it looks like Ozu, I think, was being called back there. So Paul Ozu, who we haven't seen feature for a while, had a great debut against Dorking.
Scored a goal, didn't he? A really nice goal as well. And a nice step over, and Rowan Ince puts the ball across, and it's flicked off the defender's head, but here comes Casey. He has it. It's on his wrong foot. Edge of the area, inside now. A couple of touches and a miss control by Oyeleke, and it manages to end up going out for a corner kick to Woking. Oyeleke held his head. He knew that was an opportunity.
He burst into the area there, and
a very early corner, and Rowan Ince on the end of it, straight into the arms of the keeper. That was quick thinking from Woking. They're starting to rattle the cage, and it does look like there is going to be a change. It doesn't look like Paul Ozu is going to come on. He's taken his training top off now. In fact, he's put it back on again. He's realised it's too cold to take off, so he's put it back on again for a moment.
Goalkeeper's kick there straight out, and it's those things that really put the pressure straight back onto Hartlepool, and certainly it is Woking pressure most of this half.
The change, and it's Courtney Senior coming off, and on comes Brennan Dickinson. Bit of a push there as well between Senior and Casey just before that substitution was being made, so it looked like there's no love lost between those two in this one. back underway. It was a throw in by Hartlepool. A flicked pass to the right-hand side, but a push from the Hartlepool player, and it is a free kick to Woking. And they're trying to take it really quickly, and it's going to be the keeper who takes it. He's right out by the corner flag, and he's played a short ball to Dyche, who looks up to Edwards, who has a little look around before he receives it and plays a nice diagonal ball. That's a really nice diagonal ball to the oncoming Kelly Evans. That was a really nice ball. He plays it inside. Here come Woking again. What are they going to do with it though? Well, it goes backwards once again to Oyeleke, up to Edwards, who plays it, and it's intercepted by the Hartlepool United defender, and back to Scott Cuthbert once again, who plays it forward. Ince, Cuthbert, diagonal ball towards Corboa, but it's won by the Hartlepool United defender, brought away, but Woking still trying to get the ball back, and then into 3 players on 1 in fact, and it was on the striker Diasue. It goes down. I'm not sure he's going to be injured from that at all, but there were 3 players on him just trying to get the ball off. They're all snapping around the heels, weren't they?
I think it was probably just weight of numbers on him.
Yeah,
really.
I think so. In fact, he has lost his shoe. So.
And who's that? Is that Josh Casey down there injured? He doesn't tend to stay down.
Well, it's Josh Casey down. Is he injured is another matter, because as you say, it takes something pretty tough to knock him off.
I don't see why he would be down, because the team are chasing it, so he must have picked up something there. Limping a little bit.
It's his left leg. It looks like his shin, maybe, his left shin.
Or his ankle.
But then they wear the tiniest shin pads, don't they, some of these players? It seems to be almost pointless wearing them.
Josh Casey does. His socks are always really halfway up his calves, and he's got these little tiny shin pads. Looks like he's running it off, but he might have a sore ankle there.
Here comes the free kick, and the keeper sends it very long, and I think it's going to bounce out. Yes, it does. Bounces out for a Woking throw deep in their own half, though, down to our right-hand side. And it looks like Osu is going to go and warm up again, is he? Is he coming on? Well, they've taken the training shirt off, and they're giving him a high-vis bib now, but he is wearing the red shirt, so it looks like they're just getting into the final throws of being ready before he gets put on the field, and the ball put forward. Well, Edwards wins that one nicely. Had to get his foot quite high to do so. Plays a lovely ball back to Cuthbert. Showed good vision just there. Ince to the right-hand side. Kelly Evans has it. Oh, and a misplaced 1-2. Just stretching Jaden Luke. Couldn't quite get it, but the keeper delayed that clearance so long that Kelly Evans was almost on him. Almost being the operative word.
It'd be a big step forward for Woking today if they can get back into this game, because so often they've faded in games, but they haven't made it count, and just to come back from 1-0 down to get a point, or even to get 3 points, would just be such a pickup and such a learning curve for this side.
But I have to say, Ian, even if nothing comes from this game here, they've shown a lot more than I've seen in recent times.
Yes,
I haven't seen Woking for a few weeks, as you know, as the cross comes in straight into the arms of the keeper. But they've shown enough about them that you would think that, OK, they can certainly turn this around this season. They can certainly find themselves up the league table a bit more. Yeah,
they certainly have. And they, I mean, what I've liked in this second half is the build-up has been varied. There we saw quite a long direct ball in. Other times it's been dribbling. They've been trying different things and keeping on the front foot. And really, Hartlepool haven't had much threat apart from one attack. I can't really recall any real threat this half.
No, I totally agree. It has been pretty much all Woking, and we haven't said that all season, that's for sure. Cuthbert puts it out to the right-hand side to Kelly Evans. Takes a touch back to Ince. Played 97 times for Notts County, Kelly Evans, but here come Hartlepool United now, and I think they're going to slide the ball through, and it is Desirue who's moving forward, but out comes the keeper and nicely intercepted. Read that really well. Casey manages to turn his man and wrestled to the floor when there was an opportunity to get away, and that, I think, is professional. It's also a bit naughty, but Dickinson, the substitute there, I think is going to find himself in the book. Yes, he is. Yellow card for Brennan Dickinson in the 74th minute for really preventing Josh Casey getting away down the left-hand side.
I think that should be a blue card myself.
No, don't start. And it is a substitute. It's Corboa going off, and on comes Osiu.
But talking seriously, I mean, I have to say I'm not in favour of the blue cards, but that would be a situation where a 10-minute sin bin, I think, would be justified. But
yeah, naughty. 10 minutes, you're kind of right, but I don't want to bring blue cards into this right now. Can you imagine the VAR on that?
Oh, I know. It's unworkable, in my opinion.
Too many variables in football, and you bring a blue card into it. Oh my word. Anyway, Woking have it on the far side right now, and they need something. 15 minutes to go in this game, trailing 1-0 at home to Hartlepool United. A goal scored very early on, 8 minutes into the game, and Hartlepool United found themselves one up. A really nice flash goal from Joe Gray. Ball came across, brilliant touch, straight diverted past Alexis Andre Jr., who could do absolutely nothing about it. Woking have had opportunities in this game, particularly in the first half. A couple of almost point-blank shots straight at the goalkeeper on either side would have turned into the back of the net. Ball put across, and it's just gone out for a Hartlepool goal kick.
Yeah, a little bit of cramp coming now for a couple of players.
And as a player, this is a lovely moment when you start seeing those around you on the opposite side are struggling with cramp. You just think, okay, let's get at them, let's make them sprint, let's make them start questioning whether they can actually go that 10 yards.
Well, I think Woking have pulled them around. I mean, the plus of playing the ball around is, you know, the opposition players have to work, and they're making the opposition players work. And again, it's just that making that moment of really put the goal under threat.
It's a long clearance from the keeper, and it's been brought away by Dickinson, the booked Hartlepool United player. Edwards plays it back to Cuthbert. It flicks up a little bit, and he manages to control it and play it forward to Oyeleki, who now plays it out to the left-hand side, just inside the Hartlepool half. Edwards couldn't quite get it, and I actually thought Osiu was going to get it, but he couldn't quite keep it in. It is a throw into Hartlepool just inside their own half, and 10 yards inside. And Hartlepool United looked like a totally different side in the first half to the second half. The first half they were quick and they were snappy, and they had a lot of pace down the wings. And well, Josh Casey wanted to take that free kick quickly. He slammed it straight into Crawford's feet there, and actually that should be a yellow card, because you can't be prevented from taking a free kick early if you want, and that was his point. But the ref just doesn't give it much thought and lets him carry on. Oyeleki brings it forward, rolls it to Walker, back to Cuthbert. Cuthbert looks up. There's not a lot around him at the moment, but it's flicked on straight over Ince's head, so that's got to be quite a high ball to get there. Edge of the area, played across now to Casey, takes one touch on the left-hand side, puts it forward to Edwards, back heel, tries to get it back to Casey and can't quite do it just there, as Osiu now chases this one down. He's going to try and keep it in, I think, and he does keep it in, the left-footed Osiu. As Ian was saying, had a great debut against Dorking Wanderers, scored in that 2-0 victory. 2-1 victory, thank you. Cuthbert brings it forwards. Oyeleki. Back to Cuthbert on the right-hand side, who puts it back square to Oyeleki, looks up. Luca has it, edge of the area, and shouts for a free kick, but nothing given there. Casey has it, and Edwards will close down very quickly, but he's managed to keep on his feet. And the ball is put in, and it's a lovely ball put in, but it's been cleared away. Edge of the area, Edwards takes one touch. He tries to go past one man. He looks to his left, and Casey is there. Left-footed, cross comes in. Oh, it's just behind Ince. Edge of the area once again. Luca takes a shot, and it goes through the player's legs and flicks off. I think his own man, it was Osiu. Flicked off Osiu and goes off for a goal kick, but that was a really good opportunity. A great shot as well by Jaden Luca through the legs. And Osiu just getting in the way, but Rowan Ince is now coming off for Woking, and in his place Charlie Kendall. What sort of dynamic does he bring?
He's quick,
Yep.
He's a striker. I think he's, well, what we've seen of him, he's fast, and he'll just bring an added threat, really. Rowan Ince, I think, has done excellently, and Michael Dorr gave him a warm round of applause as he came off.
Yeah, I think rightly so, because I think Rowan Ince has shown us the game why he had the reputation that he had when he came here at Woking, to Woking. He's looked very, very assured out there today, Rowan Ince. He's put the ball around, he's put himself around, he's closed things up, and Edwards is just looking across to the left-hand side, looking for some instruction. Not quite sure what he's been told to do, though. He looks a bit perplexed at the moment. And the ball was played back by Cuthbert. So, yeah, Edwards not quite sure what this new formation is with the change, but I'm sure he'll understand it in a few moments' time.
So can Woking find that spark?
Well, it's just the
last 10 minutes.
Looking at the formation, it's Oyeleki and Edwards playing in the centre midfield partnership, and then they've got three ahead of them. So it's really a 4-2-3-1 formation that Woking have reverted to here, which is pretty much how Hartlepool United line up. Fired at Edwards, but he manages to control it from Oyeleki. Puts it to Scott Cuthbert, gets on his heels, and off he goes. Over to the right-hand side now, and it's Kelly Evans bringing it forwards to Luca. Back to Kelly Evans. Nice ball down to the right-hand side, though. The ball is put across. The flag goes up. Charlie Kendall was a target, and he did get there, but he was offside.
Yeah, he anticipated that a bit too much, really, but...
10 minutes to go here at the Laithwaite Community Stadium. It's a free kick from the offside, actually, and well, the goalkeeper is bringing that forward. This is these tactics just to run the clock down, aren't they? The keeper pretends he doesn't know where he should be taking it from when the officials clearly they're holding a flag in the right position. So
yeah, every team does it, don't they?
Yeah, runs a good 10-15 seconds off the clock. Decent number of travelling fans, around 250 here from all the way up in Hartlepool. Come a very long way. And they'll be leaving the happiest, that's for sure, if it stays like this with 9 minutes to go. Hartlepool leading 1-0 at the Laithwaite Community Stadium. Woking have shown what they're about, really. I think they've given themselves a good account of themselves, and I just think they could do with a bit of fortune in the last moment, maybe a bit of someone taking a bit of initiative in that final third, just to open up this Hartlepool United defence, which do look like you can open them up. They've conceded quite a lot this season. Woking knocking the ball around now, and it's Dyche who has it, and there's no one around him, and he plays the ball back straight towards the middle of the net, and that's a defender's nightmare, that is, you know. But Oyeleki has it, he brings it forward. Casey looks up to the left-hand side, was completely open, but Oyeleki didn't see him. Edwards has it, he slides it down now to Casey. Casey takes one touch, plays it in to Osiu, who's still got it. In fact, Osiu still has the ball now. He's been lent on, though, and pulled to the floor. And I can't believe nothing's been given just there, but the ref hasn't given anything at all, and still it's bobbling around. And Woking trying to get the ball back off the humongous Desirue, the striker. Hartlepool have it. On the left-hand side, just inside the Woking half. The overlap. Trying to get the cross in, is he? Well, he does try to get the cross in, but it rebounds off the Woking player and goes out for a corner kick to Hartlepool United with 7 minutes left in this one, plus stoppage time. It's down the wrong end, Ian.
Yeah, time ticking away, sadly, for Woking, and they built up well, they've worked it well today, but with little end product. And this is really Hartlepool's second attack of the half, I think.
Pretty much. It's going to be a right foot in swinger. In it comes, cleared away, edge of the area. As Hartlepool still have possession now on the left-hand side. 2 or 3 of their players are back, just in case Woking make a counter. And the cross came in, it came off the back of the Hartlepool player, and it's a Woking throw. And Quick throw in by Dyche to Casey. Casey square to Cuthbert, who brings it forward to Oyelecki and over to the left-hand side. The arm goes up. Ostu wanted it, but it was way too high there for Ostu, who couldn't bring it down. He'd need to be Rowan Ince's height if he was going to have any chance of retrieving that ball, but Ostu, that's not him. He's 5'8", something like that.
Sorry, Paul Ostu. Yes, he is. Yeah, he's very.
If you
on
say
the shorter end.
I was going to say, if you say he's short, there'll be listeners here saying, "How dare you? How very dare you?"
On the shorter end. Are we allowed to say that?
Diminutive is the word that we look for. I think that's the word. That's the only word we can say nowadays. In fact, the producer in my ear is like, "Diminutive's the word. Diminutive." That is correct. It's a throw into Hartlepool United just inside their own half. It's been an entertaining match. 85th minute, and Hendry's going to take it right back and over the head of Ostu, and it's an offside, I think. Yeah, an offside from a flick on, and it was Desaruve that was in the offside position. The ref didn't like where it was taken, and Woking have to retake that, and Oyelecki has it. He looks up, diagonal ball. That's a stunning ball, about 40 yards, 50 yards diagonal there, landed right at the feet of Kelly Evans, and the ball gets in, but it's cleared away by Hartlepool United. Back to their tall, very dangerous striker, and he was brought down.
He's done his job well, but he's also been well handled. He's been, Max Dyche has been on him as soon as he gets the ball, and there was Oyelecki on him, but gave away the free kick.
He's done his job well, but he hasn't actually had a decent shot on target. I think he's not really threatened. He's just been a bit of a thorn, hasn't he? Which is sometimes all you have to do. You do your bit for the team, don't you? Well, it's a free kick to Hartlepool, and it's sent towards Desaruwe, but he doesn't get it, and it goes out for a Woking throw. We are 4 minutes of normal time, regulation time, before we go into stoppage time, and it's Cuthbert bringing it forward. He looks up. Kelly Evans is the recipient of that pass. He looks forward and he plays it now down the line towards Walker. Clattering tackle into Walker, and the ball is cleared away. It's gone for a throw. There's no foul or anything like that, but a bit of a coming together.
Yeah, waiting for a ball. Look at Michael Doyle, very engaged, very urging his players on.
Stands there.
For him, the game's not over till the whistle blows. So
no, absolutely.
You give your all.
Throw-in comes in, and well, still trying to bring the ball away. The flag goes up, and it's a free kick given to Hartlepool United, and two Hartlepool United players almost high-five each other there. That's job done on the defensive positions, and they look up. The keeper runs over to the ball, and he picks it up, and you think, oh, he's going to take it quickly, but then he stops a bit and stamps the ground down. Does a bit of repair work to the pitch.
Has a chat to the linesman, and asks him what his birth date is.
That's right. Decides
how the family is. Takes
the 8-iron out of the bag, then puts it back in and takes out the pitching wedge. Here it comes. Anyway, he sends it very long and very high. That was probably a sand wedge, I reckon. Anyway, high it goes, flicked on header, and Desaruwe, I'm sure, is in the offside position. Yeah, as he goes towards the ball, takes a touch, and up goes the flag. Cuthbert takes it quickly. 3 minutes left. Woking 0, Hartlepool United 1. Casey makes a run down the left-hand side. Played straight to his feet. He receives it. A little tapped cross in there. A flick on with the chest. Comes back to Edwards. Oh, and a real misplaced pass there by Lewis Walker, when it was easier to find Oyelecki, but
Oyelecki was breaking in, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He just underhit it, so it was intercepted, but Woking come again.
Edwards wants it on the left-hand side. He is screaming for it on the left-hand side, but it's just midway on the left-hand side. But that's a beautiful diagonal ball put forward. It was a lovely ball, but way too much on it, and I think Oyelecki was looking up, trying to get onto the foot of Casey, but he just wasn't on his toes, so he was never going to reach it. It was either a mistimed pass or a mistimed decision of when to run from Josh Casey, because he had plenty of space to run into. Keeper waving his defenders away, and the ref is telling him to get on with it, echoing the noises from the fans behind the goal. In it comes, and Dyche couldn't win that one. And the flick on by Walker doesn't quite reach the target, but Hartlepool bring it away. And Edwards over to the right hand side, and the ball bounces off the back of the head of the Woking player. Chested down by Oyeleki. Hartlepool win it back. Edwards snapping around trying to get this ball back but can't. Osu looks up, and then the ball is put well wide there from the Hartlepool defender.
That came from Osu's pressure there.
Yeah, really nicely done. It's going to be Casey that takes his throw in just inside the Hartlepool half, and Edwards puts it across to Oyeleki. I think he might have actually been looking for Cuthbert, who was moving forwards, but it was intercepted, and over to the right hand side. That's nicely done, and Kelly Evans tries to get the cross in, but it bounces, rebounds off the Hartlepool defender and goes for a Woking corner with 30 seconds of regulation time on the clock. Looking over to see where the board's going to come up, but it's not coming up just now. 3 minutes or so is what I reckon, 3 or 4 minutes of time added on. It's not been that grumpy this second half, but there have been a couple of stops, haven't there?
Yes, there have been a couple of times there have been lengthy stops with their referee talking to a couple of the players.
Dyche being one of them.
All the 5 minutes added time. All the Hartlepool players are back in the penalty area virtually.
Left foot in swinger from the corner, and it flashes across, and no one was there to receive it. Dyche is chasing this down. Can he keep it on? Yes, he can. In fact, I say Dyche, it's not Dyche, it was Josh Casey. It was nowhere that Dyche, the way he was moving. But Edwards puts the ball back in. Oh, and just over the head, and the head comes in, and the shot comes in. It's a 1-1. It's an equaliser in the 90th minute of the game, and it's Lewis Walker. It came down, the shot came in, it was cleared away. It fell to the feet of Walker, and my word, he absolutely smashed it into the roof of the net from all of 3 yards out, and the fans rushed down towards him. What a goal that was for Woking. They have equalised in the 91st minute of the game. Wow, that was the extreme moment, well taken, and it now reads Woking 1, Hartlepool United 1. Well, you can hear what that means to the fans around here. 1-1 in the 91st minute, I think, and they have just broken the headphones or the speakers in the studio with that one. What a moment, well taken by Walker. Listen to the fans. But it doesn't look like Woking are done just yet, Ian. It doesn't look like Woking are done. Casey has it, they're pushing forward. There's no signs of this one easing. And it's a late challenge, but the ball is put across, and it's been taken down by Kelly Evans, and across it goes and cleared away. This is turned into a lively one, Ian. You've not spoken for a moment. Are you okay?
Yeah, it was this game drifting to nothing. It's now 1-1, and really Hartlepool look like they're just digging in deep to keep it at that, and Woking's tails are up, and they're just coming forward, looking for what would be an unbelievable winner.
Absolutely right. Well, the ball is put forward by Edwards, and Hartlepool just sending the ball as high as they can. Edwards takes it down, and he needs to stay composed. The fans have really come to life, haven't they? It's been a really impressive, I would say, second half actually from Woking. Although they haven't controlled it in any way, they've looked more confident they have in recent weeks. They're still coming now, and this is how dangerous Woking can be on the attack. The ball comes across, it's deflected away again. The last 15 minutes of the first half, you'd have to say, were Woking's, and this second half, if any team were going to score, it would have been Woking, although they hadn't had many opportunities.
No, they haven't, and with a packed defence, you were fearing that the chance just wouldn't come. It was just so many players in there, as we were saying, and then it just fell to Lewis Walker at the far post, and he hit it with power. It was probably a bit of a swing of the leg, and it seemed to hit the underside of the bar and go in.
I think it hit everything and anything. It just absolutely wellied it into the top of the net. As we say though, Woking have deserved an equaliser. This is not against the run of play. If you were to say it finishes 1-1. I think both managers would take it, and I think they'd both be happy with it, actually, because Hartlepool were great for the first half hour. They took their foot off the gas. They stopped finding the inroads down the wings that they found earlier on, and Woking came back into it. They were pushing. They weren't really getting anywhere in the final third. That final ball was always lacking. It wasn't quite going where it needed to, but a big moment, a special moment there by Lewis Walker, and he's brought it back to 1-1. There's around maybe 70 seconds to go, something like that, just over a minute of time added on at the end of this second half, and I think Woking are still trying to go for it. Edwards plays it off to the left-hand side. Carey comes forward, the fans just screaming him on. Osu takes the touch. It was a late challenge, and it's a free kick to Woking around 10 yards outside the edge of the area on the left-hand side. I think it's going to be Edwards that's going to take it. Doyle shouting to his players. He's telling Casey to go in. He's trying to. They've got something from the training ground, haven't they? He's trying to instruct them, and he's just looked up here at the box. He's just checked us here, and quick glance up to the box. It's 1-1. In comes the corner kick. It's going to be a right foot in swinger. This must surely be the last action of this pulsating game we've seen at the Laithwaite Community Stadium. In it comes, right-footed. Oh, it's a bit low, and it looks like it's going to be cleared away by Hartlepool. They send it very, very long. There's no one there to retrieve it. The ref looks at his watch. Kelly Evans back to the keeper, who sends it long. It's spinning, and header's not won by the Woking player. Hartlepool playing it back now to their keeper. He sends it long. Another quick look at the watch there from the ref. Woking still trying to close the space down. Another look at the watch. We're into the last moments. 96th minute of 5 minutes added on at the end of this second half. And in comes the cross, and it goes to their talismanic striker, Desarouet, who gets the header off, but it goes over the crossbar.
And that surely must be it.
It's got to be.
Still letting it go, so Woking have one more opportunity to get it forward.
Casey on the ball towards Osu, takes the touch, and it goes out now. And it's still going, there's still time. In the 96th minute, still the ball put forward, sent away, and the whistle sounds. 96 minutes gone here at the Laithwaite Community Stadium. And what a pulsating finish for Hartlepool United players. They all go down their haunches. They look absolutely distraught. They look out on their feet, don't they? They were given a really big test here today, Hartlepool United, by a side that needed something. They need to keep going, Woking. And the signs are good for the rest of the season, Ian. They drew back 1-1 in the game they really had to work at.
Yeah, that was... what was different in that game is so often this season, at the end of a game, it's been Woking conceding, heads going down. Here they just kept going boldly, and got their what they deserved, which was the equalising goal at the end. And from then on, if there was only going to be one team to win it, and that really was Woking, and it's also taken Woking out of the bottom four, which psychologically, going now to a game at Halifax is going to be, key for Woking, just keeping their noses above that bottom four. It may well be they'll drop down into it again before they move up, but it's just been it's been a positive game. What Woking need to cut out is that really being overrun in that first 20-25 minutes and going a goal down and then playing catch up. It's so hard to play catch up in this league, and see the cameras over there talking to Lewis Walker. He's obviously from Woking's side been here. I think a lot of the Woking players played well. Big mention to Rowan Ince, who I thought came in. A lot of pressure on him because Tunji Akinolas played well. Rowan Ince hasn't been playing well, and I thought he had an excellent performance for his 75 minutes or whatever it was he was on. So I think the Woking team will, when you score that late, it is a bit like a victory. In the end, it's a point, but unbeaten at home, and it's important that Woking continue this match-by-match improvement.
Yeah, unbeaten at home, but it's also 2 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss in the last 4, and that's not a relegation side.
No, you said that, I didn't.
It's not the form of a relegation side. And as Ian was saying, that so they pulled themselves above the precipice. Dorking Wanderers, though, have fallen into the bottom four now. And when you look at the sides in the bottom four, Oxford City, Ebbsfleet and Dorking, the form is not going their way at the moment. Kidderminster may be the worry because they look like they've got something about them. Southend, Fylde, York, they'll be nervous, won't they, at this stage here? But Woking have made it to 34 points from 32 games. Dorking Wanderers are on the same number of points but played a game less.
Yeah. So a lot of teams under a lot of pressure, but for tonight I think Woking did really, really well, and it'll be interesting to hear from Michael Doyle, his views on the game in a moment. And a good game. I mean, for the neutral, exciting game. It's always exciting when you have a goal at the end.
Yeah.
But as Michael Doyle said after the Oxford game, is it an improvement? Definitely yes. Are we the finished article? Nowhere near. And I think you see what he's trying to do. Fans will go away, I think, with happy memories of this game because it was a late goal. Cutting out the sloppiness in the first 20-25 minutes will be very important.
Yeah, I think that's right. And Hartlepool United looked so dangerous in that first half. The first half hour or so, it looked like there was only going to be one winner in this one. They took a very early lead and Woking really couldn't find a way through. That late equaliser there will do so much for the confidence of the side for Woking as they fight against the relegation threat that is befallen these players here. Michael Doyle, well, he's starting to turn things around, isn't he, from a Woking point of view? A very, very good result. Hartlepool United, well, they'll be disappointed, have to travel all the way up, expecting 3 points maybe. They take one and they'll continue on their journey when they face their next rivals. They're at home to Bournemouth next time for Hartlepool United, whereas Woking travel to Halifax. Thanks so much for your company, listening to us this evening. From me, Bryn Lucas, and for Ian Nicholson, well, we hope to have you here another time. Until then, do take care. Finished 1-1 here at the Laithwaite Community Stadium.